Hi, welcome to the Single Subject Acceleration Parent Presentation. Single Subject Acceleration, or SSA, is the practice of assigning a student to a higher grade level than is typically given to the student's age, for the purpose of providing access to appropriately challenging learning opportunities in either math or ELA. Who's eligible to be nominated? Any student who is enrolled in the Wake County Public School System during the SSA test request window is eligible for testing. Any current kindergarten students through 7th grade are eligible for SSA. Requests for SSA testing must come from parents. No student can skip Math 1. Teachers may also request single subject testing for a student, but the parent has to give permission for the student to be tested. The SSA testing window is the only time during the school year that a child can be tested for SSA. Single subject acceleration classes will typically start the following school year. More information specifically on middle school placement for SSA will be discussed in more detail as we go through the presentation. This graphic shows the SSA process. First, parents need to complete a test request form and return it to the schools before the test request deadline. During the school's testing window, the SSA tests will be administered to students. Results will be shared with parents once scores have been returned. SSA services will begin the following school year. It's important to make sure that all test requests are given to the school's SSA contact, that's me, before the test request window closes. We're a traditional school, so the testing nomination window is from February 22nd to March 22nd. This is a form to request that your student be eligible for SSA testing. This will be available on our school website. When a student takes single subject acceleration testing, the student must show mastery on the course that the student will be skipping. And there's an example of a 3rd grade student taking 4th grade assessment to skip 4th grade math. If mastery is shown on the SSA assessment for 4th grade math, the student will be placed in a 5th grade math class the next year while taking ELA, science, and social studies in the 4th grade. So in middle school, a 6th grade student taking a 7th grade ELA assessment to skip 7th grade ELA and take an 8th grade ELA next fall. The student would need to pass both the ELA assessment and the writing assessment to be eligible to take 8th grade ELA while attending 7th grade math, social studies, and science. Students will be tested on an online platform called InCase. There's a video link that is also posted on our website that will show you what the student experience is like. Students will need to know their student ID prior to testing. There's a 90-minute time limit for 2nd through 8th grade ELA writing tests, and there's a 90-minute time limit for 2nd through 7th grade math tests. Tests for kindergarten are not given on an online platform. They may be face-to-face. This slide outlines the assessment format and qualifying criteria for students looking to skip ELA content. So if you look through, for grades 1 through 7, it's a 2-part test, multiple choice and written response. Students need to demonstrate that they've mastered the writing and reading standards for the course to be skipped. They have to earn 85% correct on a multiple choice acceleration assessment, and there's a writing prompt administered after the multiple choice reading test, and students must also score sufficient. Remember, a student has to show mastery on both multiple choice section and the writing prompt in order to pass ELA SSA. This is a trajectory for a 4th grade student and 5th grade. Let's look at a middle school situation. So if there's a current 6th grader who qualifies to skip 7th grade ELA, they'll enroll in grade 8 course face-to-face in their middle school during their 7th grade year. During the student's 7th grade year, they can enroll in either English 1 at the North Carolina Virtual Public School online platform or creative writing, and these are also year-long courses. Students must only choose one of these two courses. Current 7th graders who qualify to skip 8th grade ELA will enroll in either English 1 or creative writing for their year-long course during their 8th grade year. Students can choose only one of these courses. Once students have completed 8th grade ELA courses, the succession of courses may vary and are contingent on the high school in which the student will be attending. Some courses may not be available and/or may be limited. Upper-level English courses include complex texts and mature thematic content. So when making a decision regarding acceleration, students and parents are advised to consider the age and maturity in relation to the content in these courses. While students will be able to complete all basic graduation requirements in English prior to 12th grade, students and parents should be aware that most selective universities look for 4 years of increasingly complex high school English study on an applicant's transcripts. This slide outlines the assessment format and qualifying criteria for students looking to skip math content. In order for students who are currently in grades 1 through 7 to qualify for SSA Math, they need to score in the 80th percentile or higher on the acceleration assessment. There's multiple choice and gridded response items on the assessments. These are given at the grade levels. Current 7th grade students taking Math 7 can take a 7+ SSA test to be placed in Math 1 next year. So here's a typical non-SSA Math sequence chart shown. On the upper left-hand side, it shows a column with the student's current math course for the 2020-2021 school year. It goes left to right, and you can see the sequence for future school years. Rising 6th graders in the 2021 school year have 2 different course offerings without qualifying for SSA. The 2 different math courses offered for rising 6th graders are Math 6 and Math 6 Plus. The placement guides will help determine which math course will help each student. Let's try that again. Math placement guidelines will help determine which math course each student is placed in. These guidelines will be stated in a moment. 6th grade math students taking Math 6 will take Math 7 in 7th grade and Math 8 in 8th grade. Students taking 6 Plus in 6th grade will take 7 Plus in 7th grade and Math 1 in 8th grade. Students are still receiving acceleration options during their math career without qualifying for SSA. Parents and guardians can request higher or lower math placement by completing a waiver, but they can't skip courses. The only way students can skip courses is to go through SSA. So if you do wish to skip math content, then Math SSA is the way to go. This chart outlines the math trajectory that a student takes that qualifies for SSA Math in grades 4 through 7. It's important to keep in mind that math electives or options at the high school level when you're deciding on SSA and if it's the best fit for your child. The SSA contact at the school will communicate SSA results with parents once scores have been received. SSA services will not take place until next school year. SSA testing is rigorous. 1 in 5 students tested qualify for math single subject acceleration. The number of students that qualify for single subject. You want to consider your child's social and emotional maturity, their organizational skills, and their ability to focus when you're considering SSA. SSA students will be taking classes with peers who are older, and they may be working on content on their own. So they have to be independent workers. Remember, your child is skipping an entire year's worth of content and background knowledge. The AIG teacher and homeroom teachers are not responsible for covering any content your child skipped as a result of receiving SSA services. If your child qualifies for SSA in math or ELA in elementary or middle school, some courses take place online. During the school days, students will participate in these courses. Students may have to work independently on their online lessons. SSA may result in a different class schedule. To accommodate your child's academic needs, the school may assign your child to a non-traditional schedule. The final decision about scheduling will be made by the principal at each school. Determining if your child is a good candidate for SSA can be a challenging decision. Take time to reflect on these 4 questions. Have I had conversations about the need for skipping a whole grade level content with my child's teacher? How's my child currently performing in the subject area where I might request acceleration? Have I considered what SSA might look like and mean for my child in future grades? Do all conversations and data indicate that my child has the need for skipping a year's worth of content in order to receive access to rigorous curriculum and challenging curriculum? To recap, single subject acceleration for Wake County Public Schools is available for students in kindergarten through 7th grade. The student is not allowed to skip Math 1 due to graduation sequence and requirements. Please make sure to complete the test request form by the end of your child's test request window assigned by your child's school. Students can test in one subject area only, so you pick reading or math. The math assessment has multiple choice and open-ended question types. The ELA assessment has a written portion as well as reading. Consider how single subject acceleration will affect your child's educational career for high school and college. Thank you for your attention. If you have any questions about this presentation, please reach out to the SSA contact at EGMMS, and that is me, Mrs. Martin. Thank you for listening. I hope you have a great day.